evening, everyone. Hey there. I am, excuse me, the Confident Autistic, and welcome to the Confident Autistic live stream. And you saw my message in the chat. I said we were starting a moment. As soon as I finish my crunch bar, I finished my crunch bar, but I feel like coughing a lot. So forgive me as I try to get the rest of this down my throat. It is Thursday night. It is February 20th, 2025. And tonight we're going to be doing kind of an open Q&A, talk about the videos I posted this week, or anything else you have that's a question related to adult autism and or confidence. Like I said, I am the Confident Autistic, aka Chris Mitchell. I'm a multi-certified life coach specializing in confidence coaching, and I'm on a mission to help you embrace autism confidently. So, never have a crunch bar before you go live. Open a mic. It's just a little lesson I've learned. I'll share that tip with you tonight. Anyway, we're going to get into this tonight. Let's just talk about what's going on. How is everyone doing tonight? Where is everyone from? I'm from the frigid state of Alaska. No, actually, I'm in Missouri. It feels like Alaska here. We had an excessive cold warning up until about noon today here, Central Time. And it is cold. It is like, I want to say, well, let me go look. Let me go see if I can find this out. I can ask my device. Hold on one second. Alexa, you won't hear her answer. Alexa, what is the current temperature? It's 11 degrees outside Fahrenheit, and that's our warmest we've been today. Hey Google, I gotta do it in the other device. Hey Google, what does it feel like outside? Okay, it feels like 8 outside. Now we were down to like -5 last night. Okay, -5, -6. I was so cold I could not sleep. So how's the weather where you're at? Are you freezing? Are you cold? Are you tired of winter? Don't forget to take our poll asking, do you like winter or not? I would love to hear your response to that. So if we're waiting for anyone who has questions, go ahead and pop them in there. I don't really have a formal or big presentation tonight. I did want to mention that I did do a couple of videos today. Well, they went live today. And it was about when to tell your spouse or your partner that you're on the spectrum, and had some really good advice on people who meet online first, because for many of us on the spectrum, that's going to be the more comfortable way of engagement. We won't have the noise or any of our sensory issues. We're a little bit more comfortable in our home environment, chatting with somebody. So I did a video on that, and it gotten well, just went live a few hours ago, and it's getting really good response. I mean, it's not just good advice for people who are autistic and involved in online dating, but it's great for allistics as well, people who are not autistic, in handling the question, when do you disclose to somebody that you're in a relationship with, an online relationship with, that you like to take to the next level, being in a in-person relationship, that you're in the spectrum, and this could also apply for anyone who has any kind of disability or challenges in their life. There's some really good insights in that, and we also talked about how we can explain our autism people in my other video that I did, and in that video we talked about how to tell if we're getting a good reaction or negative reaction, and what the differences are, and some of the things we need to watch out for. And that when we do tell somebody about our autism, we want to leave it an open conversation, encouraging them to ask questions and to be confident in what we're talking about. We want to show that we are embracing our autism and we're proud of who we are. We're not ashamed of it. We're not apologizing for it. You want to come across strong and confident. So when you are interacting with somebody, you're radiating confidence in yourself, because confidence is what people look for in a partner. I'm sure if you're looking for a partner, if you're not married, I'm married, so I'm not looking. Let me just go on record of saying that right now. I'm not looking for anybody. You want to find somebody who is confident, You want to be in a relationship with a person who feels confident in who they are and what's important to them. And just like you want that, others want that too. And for us to radiate that, we need to be confident in who we are as autistic adults and confident in autism. And when we talk about our autism with others, potential partner, potential mate, potential dating relationship, or even friendships, I mean, this could apply for that as well. We want to be authentic. We want to share what autism, how it challenges us. Now, not just how it challenges us, because for a lot of people, a lot of people stop at this point. They would say, "Well, autism does this for me, or prevents me from this, or I can't do this because I'm autistic." And first of all, those are negative thoughts. And two, that is sort of like apologizing that you're on the spectrum. But you can take that to the next level and say, okay, I have autism. This is reality. This is me. I have autism, and autism causes me to get sensory overload when I'm in a noisy environment. That's great. It's a truthful statement. Now I would follow that up with to mitigate that in my life. I tend to like to go out with people and meet with people in quieter environments. Yes, I like restaurants, but off peak times. Like I like having lunch with somebody around 2, 3, late lunch, early dinner, 2, 3 in the afternoon, where it's not so noisy in the restaurant. And I may explain to somebody, I and you've heard me talk about this in the other videos, if this is not the first time you're with me. And if this is, hey, shout out and let me know this is the first time you tuned in. Love to give you some acknowledgement for choosing this video tonight. But I will tell people I wear blue these aren't blue, but I have some blue wireless Bluetooth headphones, excuse me, that I wear in public to help with the noise. I play the relaxing music that helps me stay regulated. Like right now, while I'm doing this YouTube live, I am playing music from 80s music. I'm listening to I Heart the 80s. I don't get paid for saying that, but that's what I'm streaming right now. I'm just rocking out to my 80s music, and that's helping me stay mellow and self-regulated and handle what's going on here tonight. So I just share those things. And one of the tips that I gave in the video was you want to share your autism and how it challenges you at the right time, or when well, let's go back to at the right time. You do want to let people know. Now, maybe you want to wait until it's necessary. Okay, that's fine. And when I say necessary, I mean, let's say the person that you're going with says, hey, why don't we go out to the amusement park this Saturday? Well, the amusement park overstimulates you and you get sensory overload. That may be the time to say, hey, we need to talk. I need to tell you about something. And that's cool. You do not want to wait for when you're about to have a meltdown and say, oh, by the way, I'm autistic and here comes my meltdown. Hope you enjoy it. Well, don't be that sarcastic. But the point is, you don't want to have to tell somebody you're autistic right before or during a meltdown. So you want to share with them how autism challenges you and how you respond to those challenges. Now, one of the things that was brought up last week in the live stream, and it happens in my life too. Oh, it's 10 degrees where you are. Okay, you're about the same temperature as we are here. Okay. Uh, anyway, what was brought up last week was some of us take things literally. I'm one of the people who take things literally. Okay, I do, and this can cause some issues between me and my wife because she'll ask me to do something, and she'll say it in a certain way. Now, I will tell her because the question was, how do I share with my partner that I take things literally? So I repeat it back to her in the way that I interpreted it and ask her if that's what she meant. And even though we've been together, we've been married over 20 years, we've been together, counting dating, for 25. You would think I would understand and be able to read her mind by now. Nope. I still have to ask her, do you mean this? Because I take things very literally. So what we do in our relationship is I show her how I'm taking things literally by explaining to her what she said, what it meant to me when I'm taking it literally, or even if I'm not, just to make sure we're on the same page. And that seems to really help our relationship. It helps her understand how I take things literally and helps me share with her that aspect of my autism. So I'm going to check the comments here. Some people may feel, let me turn it sideways because there's a little icon there. Okay. Some people may feel different and not realize they are autistic. That's very true. I mean, for many years, I knew I felt different until I had a revelation in my life. My great nephew, he was 4 at the time, was coming over to our house, and he was spending time here, and he had been diagnosed with autism, and I was doing a lot of research on autism. So I and my wife and my mom, who shares a house with myself and my wife, we could help and support him and understand him and communicate and connect with him. Well, as I did the research and I started observing him, I saw traits in myself that I had as a child. And I hate to admit this, he was 4 at the time. I saw traits in him I still have today. And that made me realize, okay, now I know I felt different all my life. Now I think I have a reason why. And it began my journey, long story short, that led to me receiving my diagnosis of late autism. And it started with that. So, yeah, a lot of people realize they're different, but they don't know they're autistic. And this is one of the things I'm trying to do in the channel is when people are in that discovery mode, am I autistic or not? And they start doing searches on YouTube or on Google asking, why do I play with a needle ball, or why do I rock a lot, or what? I'm not mocking anyone, okay? Please don't think I am. But they can start looking into that and saying, oh, wow, maybe I'm on the spectrum. And they come to the channel because the channel, now this sounds self promoting, and it is, but this channel, my goal is to make a lot of videos to help people understand what autism is and help them build the confidence they need to thrive in a neurotypical world. Because when you find out you're autistic or suspect you're autistic or start self-identifying, it can be a very large change in your identity, your self-identity. In fact, it can turn your world upside down. I don't mean that literally, but I know I got to be careful because I take things literally. You may do the same, but you know, it can turn everything upside down from what you know. Everything you knew is now changed. You're looking through your life through a different lens, and it can be overwhelming. It can be anxiety ridden. It can cause you a lot of stress and sleepless nights. And I really want to help people understand it's not the end of your life, it's the beginning of a better life because now you know why you are the way you are, and there's nothing wrong with it. So let me finish reading that comment that was posted that I just started reading. If you present your authentic self, you most likely appeal to a person who resonates and understands you. I could not have put that better. That is so true. You want to be your authentic self. And one of the videos I did is I talked about masking and whether you be autistic or not. If you try to be someone you're not just to impress somebody, you're not going to be able to play that role your entire life. You're not going to be able to mask all the time because as you get older, the masking may become harder because of other health issues. So really just be yourself. It will attract the right people to you. Yes, it could repel some people, okay? But like I talked about in the video, that's a great thing because then you're going to get rid of the people who are posers and may bail on you when things get challenging because as you age, things will get challenging. I talked about my own experience when I started dating, and when I did over 20 years ago, I did not know I was on the spectrum at the time. I have a visual impairment. In fact, when you see me look at the messages here, I get the phone a little bit closer to my eye because I am legally blind. So I had a white cane, and that did cause some girls to be repelled from me. Okay, and that hurt. I'm gonna be honest with you. That hurt. Rejection hurts. Okay, and that was painful. But when I did find somebody, we were in a relationship and we got engaged. And about 2 months later, I had my incomplete spinal cord injury, which took away my ability to run, walk, or even stand initially. I never, when I was laying in the hospital bed, unable to turn myself or even open up a milk carton to feed myself initially, I never once worried about my fiance leaving me. Because that can happen when you have a devastating injury, disability, life change, and people will leave you. Even your marriage partner can leave you. But because she stood by me, my visual disability, I never worried about that. So I look at it this way: my visual disability, and the same can be true for your autism, will help attract the right person into your life that will help you and be there for you through your entire relationship and will not bail on you even when things get hard. Because, like I said, as we age, things are going to get harder in a relationship. Health reasons, financial reasons, whatever it is, things are going to get more difficult. And you want to find somebody in your life that will be there for you through the good times and the bad. And I'm going to paraphrase this because I don't have it in front of me, but it's a quote from Oprah Winfrey that popped into my mind. You don't need the people in your life who will want to ride with you in the limo. You want people in your life that will walk with you during the rainstorms. And I know I'm paraphrasing that, but the point is you want to have people in your life that's going to be there for the hard times. Because anybody can be with you when the times are good. But when things are rough, that's when you find out who your true friends are. And that's what you want to look for. And your autism is a superpower. It helps you find the people who are going to care the most about you and care the most for you. And this is why we we need to be comfortable with autism and sharing it. Now, like I talked about in the videos, there's no perfect answer to when you tell somebody. Okay, there's none. It depends on your comfort level and where you are in the relationship. However, I said this in the video and I've received comments that say the same. The earlier in the relationship you tell somebody that you're on the spectrum, the better. Maybe not the first moment you meet them, but near the beginning of the relationship. Because many relationships are built on, let me say it this way, many successful relationships are built on honesty and trust. And when you are honest with somebody and you trust someone with this bit of information about yourself, that's going to build or start building that honesty and trust and build that connection to be stronger. Yes, that person could turn on you and could reject you. And yes, that is a risk. But if you want to achieve anything in your life, you must take risk. And what I'm trying to advocate here for you, or try to share with you, is when you want to tell somebody that you're on the spectrum, you want to calculate that risk to something that you can handle. And remember, if they do reject you, it's not a reflection upon you. It's more of a reflection upon who they are. So that's one of the reasons that uh, uh, one of the cautions I like to share with you that can happen, and that you need to remember: it's not about you. It's not about the autism. It's about their maturity level. I'm not trying to put anyone down, but it takes a special person to handle some of the challenges others have in life. Not everyone can handle it. That's okay. I mean, none of us are perfect and all, and we should not judge and look down upon other people. We don't like it when it's done to us. So need to we need to remember that if they can't handle us and handle the fact that we're autistic, that's fine. I'd rather find out early in the relationship than later. Okay. I was very fortunate because of the fact that I found out I was on the spectrum. Let's see. Last year, 21 years into our marriage, 24 years into my relationship with my wife and all. And we have really good, strong relationship. So that's probably why it helped survive that. But that is, uh, I was very fortunate that she did not leave me, and because we have a good, strong relationship. I've been honest with her and all, and we built this relationship up on trust and honesty. Because I think it's true for many people in the spectrum. I know it is for me. Integrity is a key component for me. I hold myself to a level of integrity that when I say I'm going to do something, 99 out of 100 times I remember. Every once in a while I forget. I'm human, but I do hold myself to that. And I expect the same from other people. I expect people in my life to be people of integrity, people of character. And because I'm that type of person, I believe I attract that kind of person. And using that same philosophy, if you are autistic, which means you're neurodiverse, or we're neurodiverse, we are more likely to attract other neurodiverse people in our lives, or at least people who understand and get us and want to be with us because of the work that we all are doing in the autism community for not just autism awareness, but for autism acceptance. And autism acceptance is the next step. Because a lot of people in our community like to stay away from the term autism awareness for the month of April because yeah, people are aware autism exists. Okay, we've done that. People are aware it. Now we got to get them to understand and to accept it. And to accept autism, I know I'm going in a circle here, but we people need to understand autism. And that's our job now, is to help people understand it. And when we share it, we need to share it with pride. I see that another comment came in, so I'm going to take a quick look at that. I experience intensity in many aspects of life. I also express intensity of commitment in my relationships with people. That's a great way to live your life. Play to your strengths, live intensely if you are. I mean, don't take it to the extreme, but we don't want to go that far. But yeah, there's certain things that we're very passionate about, and we should pursue those passions. And those passions are part of who we are, part of our personality, part of our character, part of our makeup, part of who we are, our identity. I knew I was looking for a word and I found it. So I'm pretty proud of myself. Anyway, so and that's what I kind of wanted to bring up at the first part of this video. If you have not checked out those two videos that I put up today, I encourage you to. The two most recent videos on my YouTube channel, and I may try. I could try this. I'm going to try sharing those videos, and not here on the screen, but I'm just going to see if I can pull them up and put them into the chat here. So bear with me for a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Go check and make sure the cat's okay. Make sure you have something nice and warm to drink if you're cold, because it is cold out there. Man, it's cold. We had 6 inches of snow, and while I'm getting this stuff ready, uh, how did you get any snow where you are? And if so, how much did you get? Because we were, I mean, I would say our community was paralyzed for a few days. And I know a lot of people say that's ableist talk, and I'm not going to get into that. But basically, everything was shut down. I mean, urgent cares will even shut down, which is a very important part of our any community. But most upsetting to me, pizza places were shut down and were not delivering pizza. And I was like, oh my God, the internet civilization! I can't get a pizza. It's been rough. Now the roads are getting a little bit better, but because it's so cold out there, and we had sun today, it's not even melting. And I was reading an article from the city that I live in, and they said because of the snow, they may have to haul some of it away because it's not melting. Now, fortunately, next Monday's forecast is in the 60s here, Fahrenheit, so I'm expecting some melting then. But yeah, it's been kind of a mess. And the really bad part is before now Friday night pizza night here. Okay, it's my own personal little problem, but it's my live stream, so I'm gonna share it. And if you have a problem, you can share it too. And we can all be empathetic of each other. But tomorrow night's pizza night, so I got 3 pizzas. Okay, I ran out of Pepsi Sunday night. And Monday I tried to get some delivered and it was a fiasco. I did not get it here because I was having it come in later afternoon. Now, the snowstorm was not supposed to start a Tuesday morning at 5 a.m., but in this community, people started bailing on their jobs and went home early on Monday, so I didn't get it delivered. And I'm not sure if the roads are passable enough for them to bring me Pepsi tomorrow before pizza night. And I'm not sure how safe our driveway is for the delivery person to walk up the driveway and put it into the garage. So I'm kind of like I'm craving some Pepsi here. Okay, I need Pepsi. I need Pepsi. I sound like I'm an addict, but okay. So I did put the two links in there for the videos that went up this week. So you only got about 6 inches too. Okay, awesome. So did I. We got about 6 inches. We were expecting about a foot. Um, but everything was ice. Ooh, ooh, ice. Ew. I think that's worse than snow. Okay, because of the fact snow. Okay, not me because of my physical disability. I don't walk without use of a rollator, which is a walker with four wheels on it. But for people who do not have mobility challenges, I think walking in snow is a lot safer than trying to walk on ice. So I'm hoping that's part of my concern with our driveway. I opened the garage door today. I looked outside. We have a car in the driveway, and there's icicles dripping down from the bumpers and the doors. I mean, this is not good. And so I'm wondering if underneath that snow that's on the driveway is some ice, and I don't want my delivery people to fall because I care about them. And frankly, I don't want to get sued. So that's my big dilemma here with the weather and all. But it's supposed to get nicer next week. And so I'm hoping for that. It's gonna be the 60s, probably gonna be a chilly 60s, but I have this vision, I have this dream. It probably give me a little bit of spring fever, but I have this dream that if it's not a bad 60 degrees, I have not ruled out barbecuing next week for lunch. I haven't ruled that out. I have to look at my schedule, but that is something I'm kind of thinking about doing a little barbecuing and getting that going and enjoying that. God, I love barbecuing. I find barbecuing so relaxing for me. I go outside, I start the fire. I love fire. Okay. See, I had the theory there's no such thing as too much lighter fluid when it comes to barbecuing. And I used to live in an apartment. I lived on the ground floor right above my patio with a wooden deck for the people upstairs. And my goal was to see if I could start a fire where the flame could touch that area. A few years after I started doing that, the apartment complex made a rule you cannot barbecue in your patio anymore. My wife thinks it's because of me, but we don't know. Anyway, so I love barbecuing. And I just go out there, I put on my music, and I just rock out, and I barbecue, and I love barbecue sauce. Oh God, I if I could get away with it, I would just drink Sweet Baby Ray's just straight out of a glass. I love barbecue sauce that much. I love the taste of it. It's just so fun. And get barbecue sauce on your fingers. Now, I don't like icky stuff on my fingers. I don't know about you, but I don't. But barbecue sauce on my fingers, I don't mind that. That's kind of cool. I'm fine with it. I'm absolutely positively fine with barbecue sauce on my fingers. Other stuff like salad dressing, I don't eat salads. I have a theory about that. Salad is the food that real food eats. See, I like steak, and that cow that became my steak that ate grass and ate all the other stuff. So I'm getting my salad and my healthy stuff because I eat the cow. He did all that other eating for me. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, and I know I'm not the healthiest person on the planet, but I look at it this way. I am helping my doctor pay down her student debt. So as I'm rambling here a little bit, just filling some time and seeing what else pops in my mind. If you have any questions, pop them into the chat. Love to hear what they are. I'm going to take a look at the poll. It looks like everyone likes winter. I mean, wow, I'm sick of it. I mean, I saw a meme on social media tonight that said something to the effect, "Thank you." If somebody in my area, thank you for our 3-day trial of Alaska weather. However, I'm not interested in continuing my subscription. Please cancel my membership immediately. So that's how I feel. Like, I want to get outdoors. I mean, I've been cooped up. Well, I don't get out that much for various reasons, including my choice. It's less stressful for me. I just like to get outdoors for fresh air and all, and hear the birds chirping again and all. It's not, and I don't know about you, when there's new snowfall and then the sun comes out, the thing we call, at least we here in Missouri call it, snow blindness. It's so bright you get blinded by the snow, especially if it's freshly fallen and there's no animal tracks in it, or even more disgusting, no dog has been outside in your yard and done his business on your yard. And so those that that that's the time. I'm ready to barbecue. I know baseball season's coming soon. I got my taxes done. I'm waiting for my refunds. Nervously waiting for my refunds. I don't know about you, but I'm nervously waiting for them. And all. But so I'm ready. I'm ready for spring. I mean, yeah. Every year. I don't know about you. Every year, summer kind of wraps up. Like, I don't want summer to go away. I don't know that many people who say in March, gee, I like another month of winter and snow and ice. Everyone loves summer. Nobody likes winter. Poor winter. There's no love for him. Anyway, let's talk about what's coming up next week as I wait for anyone who has any questions or comments they'd like to share. We're going to be doing two videos. I'm going to go peek offline here and see if I can find where I put the notes for next week's videos. That's going to be challenging for me. Yeah. Oops. Do that. Okay, while I'm doing this, one of the two videos I'm considering doing next week, which we'll do a deep dive into it next Thursday night during this, is social media. The good, the bad, and everything else you need to know about social media for those of us who are on the spectrum. Because I mean, the research I was doing, and I believe this myself, is social media is a double-edged sword. And in that, there's good to it, there's bad to it. And I want to break it down. And not just for you guys, which you guys are very important to me, but it's because of the fact that it is it's something that's been bothering me. I've been struggling with social media for a while, and I would just love to wrap my head around it because I need it for business, but yet at the same time, I'm like, I don't really enjoy being on it. So I'm gonna do some research and studying on it and put together a video for that for next Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, I should say. And Thursday night we'll go into a deeper dive about it. And next Monday's scheduled video is how to create a healthy relationship when you are an autistic adult. And that's going to be talking about more in particular. Let me get to the other screen here. Um, More into, when you're in a relationship, whether it be dating or marriage or whatever, what you can do to keep that a healthy, happy relationship, even though one of you is on the spectrum and one of you is not, which is most likely the combination, since the number of people who are on the spectrum is a very small percentage. Good idea. Investigating social media is a mystery. Navigating social media is a mystery to me. I could get into it. Right. I'm going to mention a few of it right now. One of the things is there is so much stuff coming at you when you scroll through social media. It's overwhelming. It's sensory overload for me. And then interacting with people. I'm not that great at interacting with people. I know that may sound weird as you watch this video because I have energy and all that because I study radio and I love doing this. But actually having a dialogue with somebody on social media, I'm not good at. And when I do post on my own wall, I've gotten better. I've learned not everyone really gives a flying fig about what I think, which is sad that that's happened. I wish it did not happen to me. But I don't always get great feedback or response from people. I thought I heard a noise in here. My bad. Okay. Anyway, probably something creaking around me. My oversized irregular on my chair, and it's probably causing some stress to the chair because I could lose a few pounds. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, that gets to me. And then one thing that's really hard for me. I don't know about you. Let me know if this happens to you. The negativeness that I see on social media. I'm right now. I'm being quiet choking back. I'm about to cry because it really upsets me. I cannot deal with how negative people are towards one another on social media. It hurts me to see people tear each other down. Okay, it does. It's heartbreaking to me to see how people have lack of concern because they're hiding behind a computer screen to attack another person who may be different. Maybe they're on the spectrum. Maybe they have some other disability, or just because they have a different political view or a fan. You're a fan of one team, they're a fan of another, and how we tear each other down. We don't support each other enough and lift people up enough in our society. And that's one of the things I want to change, excuse me, through the channel and through my work. I feel very called to do that, to change the narrative and to make an area where people feel safe to express themselves. The last couple of videos I did, if you watch the last two I've done, instead of asking a specific question, I've said, what are your thoughts, to share your opinions and thoughts on the video, which I really do mean for you to do, and I appreciate them and all. But I also know that being on YouTube is a very open area where anyone can see it. And I suspect, and I don't think I'm wrong on this suspicion, that many of us in the spectrum may not want to talk openly in a YouTube comment about how we feel because we may fear being well, not stalked, well, maybe stalked is a good word, but uh, being rejected, being picked on, bullied, whatever you want to call it, and all. And I'm trying to figure out a solution to that, and it probably will involve having these videos still up on YouTube, but having them in an area where there would be um I don't know how to say this. Where it's not going to be all that public, where you're going to have to be just more of an exclusive area for those in the community. There'll be some rules, some policies, that kind of things, so people can feel safe to express who they are without fear of judgment. Because I think that's what's holding back some comments on here on the channel, because people are probably thinking, yeah, I do feel that way, but I don't want to say that, and then it's on online, and I might get picked on. My family may see it. I'm not ready to tell them I'm on the spectrum, so I'm giving this some consideration. And if you have any thoughts on that idea, putting it in a more private area, or at least some of the conversations and more of a private area, yes, I would love to hear your input on that, because I will want to get people commenting. I want to get people sharing. I want to hear your experiences, and not just for my own ego, but because when somebody shares their experience, somebody else who's reading it, that can help them. And this is what it's all about, helping one another. And we need to make sure that a safe environment that we can do that. We can help people through whatever they're doing and share openly without the fear of being bullied and picked on. And if we are, that person being removed from the environment, so we can have a safe place for people to share their opinions. There needs to be repercussions for online bullies. There's no enforcement or moderators. I totally agree with that. Now, I'm not going to call out the group because one, I don't remember it, and two, that's not what I'm about. There's a Facebook group that I'm in for autistic adults, and the moderators have came out and told people, we do not report people in this group. So from my understanding of that, is this. So if I go in the group and I post something and somebody says, makes a derogatory comment or threatens me, if I report that person to Facebook, which I should, you should report those kind of things, and the moderators find out, I'm going to get kicked out of the group for protecting myself. That bothers me. Okay. That truly does, because I know that we are autistic and we may see the world differently, maybe interact a little bit differently, and I get that. But we all are part of the society, and we have to follow some society rules. And that includes not threatening other people, not bullying other people. And somebody was in that group and said they feeling suicidal. Sorry, I forgot to warn you about the trigger there. Uh, I sure as heck going to report them to Facebook to get them some help. And I don't like this idea in one of these groups that I'm a part of that has this policy. And if you know what group this is, please don't say it in the chat, okay? Because I don't want to call out anybody. Okay, that's wrong. But what I want to say is telling people not to do that. That's sort of like telling the bad people in the group, hey, you got free reign. You can behave like a butthead and nobody can report you because if they do, they're going to be afraid of being kicked out of the group. At least that's my interpretation of what these moderators or group administrators have said on several occasions to the entire group. And I'm like, I'm not sure if I really want to stay a part of that group, but I am for two reasons. One, well, maybe one. One and the main reason is I won't participate in it that much, but I do read it and get the vibes of what's going on, what people are concerned about, and that helps me come up with ideas for topics for videos. Speaking of coming up with topics for videos, if you ever have a suggestion for a video idea, please let me know. Put it in a comment, or you can email them to me. My email address is chris at defineyourself.us. That's Chris, Chris, at define, DEFINEYOURSELF.us. And I'm going to put that in the chat here. DEFINEYOURSELF.us. There you are. There's my email address in chat. So you have any suggestions or anything you want to talk about a little bit more privately with me instead of posting it publicly where you might get a little bit of bullying or other negative feedback, where you like to share it in a more um, what I want to say, a safer environment, you can just email it to me. And oh, another thing coming up next week. This month has been all about relationships and romance for autism. We have a new theme coming up in March. Okay, gonna be a new theme, a new focus, and I'm gonna share what that is next Thursday night during the Confident Autistic live stream. So you want to make sure you are signed up for that. I will put the link to it up in on my YouTube channel probably tomorrow, Monday at the latest, but I'm hoping to get it done tomorrow. And um let's see, what's the other thing I was going to say? Oh, and I'll put it into the community tab on the YouTube channel as well. And if you are following me on social media, which I'm primarily active on LinkedIn and on Facebook, and I'm active because I need to be, and not because I really want to be, but I need to be for the business. You can follow my LinkedIn account or my Facebook page, and they're both at the Confident Autistic, and I'll post announcements of those up there as well. And don't forget, you can subscribe to my newsletter. This is cool. And the newsletter will tell you about this and remind you of the Thursday night events and all and other fun stuff. But when you subscribe to the newsletter, this is the fun part. This is really the fun part. You get a free gift from me. And that free gift is a 27-page booklet that's all about embracing autism confidently. It helps you understand what autism is because this is a new part of your life for you. You're going to need that understanding and a breakdown of what that is. It starts you on that journey, and it gives you some activities you can do to start discovering, developing, and growing your self-confidence. So you just go to my website, theconfidentautistic.com/blast, blast, or /free gift, and you give me your email address, you give me your name, first name, and I don't share that for anyone. I'm very selfish about that, so you don't need to worry about that. And you will get in an email a link to download that free 27 page PDF that actually has reflection questions in it as well to help you kind of start processing this new identity in your life. And then you'll start receiving newsletters. They usually go out Tuesdays and Thursdays and on the first Monday of each month, telling you what that month topic is. But you don't have to wait till the first Monday of March to find out. You come back next Thursday night at this same time, and I will reveal what that topic is. and and some other great fun stuff I have coming up in March. So, last call for any questions or comments before I wrap this up tonight, and I'll call it an evening and get back to getting underneath my nice warm weighted blanket. In fact, it's so cold. I'm sleeping underneath two blankets right now. And last night I slept in a pair of sweats and two jackets. I had two jackets on, a pair of sweats, socks, and underneath. Well, last night one blanket. Now today underneath two, and it's just so cold. And if I can make a request, everyone just kind of give me some love, some support. That I'm going to get some Pepsi before pizza night. I got to figure out a way to get Pepsi here, so I'm hoping I get some Pepsi at my house. I like you can't have pizza without Pepsi. Okay, let's just be real here. So since we're not getting any other comments tonight, and that's okay, that's quite all right. I am going to click on a few things here, and hopefully I click on the right stuff. I think I will. There we go. We're going to wrap this up. I'd like to thank you for tuning in this evening for the Confident Autistic live stream. It seems like on the poll, everybody likes winter except me. I forgot to vote. I wonder if I can vote. I don't know if I can. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Um, it doesn't. So, I until next time, I want to remind you that I know and I believe that you are an amazing person. And part of what makes you amazing is the fact that you're on the spectrum, that you are an autistic adult, because it allows you to see the world differently, have a different view of the world, have different experiences. We liven up the world from all the boring people that's out there. So never forget that you're an amazing person. Never settle for anything less than what you are worth and what you deserve. And as I sign off for this evening, I just would like to say to you that I am the Confident Autistic. My name is Chris Mitchell, and I am always here to help you embrace autism confidently. Have a wonderful week. Stay warm, stay safe, and check out my videos on my channel. And I'll be back here live next Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time here in the USA for another The Confident Autistic live stream. Be safe and talk to you soon.